Okay, listen, we're about to dive right into this no-hit Jerome video. First of all, welcome to the Bleezyshow. Sub to the channel, follow the Twitch. Oh my god, we have some Classic Plus news. I saw this thumbnail and I can tell you right now I'm going to be pissed off. So let's just get into it before I get I'm already getting anxious and upset. Okay, just watch this. Just watch this.
Big and
Classic
very
Plus
strange
news.
thing we have to talk about in Classic WoW right now. Streamers are actively testing Classic Plus.
It's over. We've already lost. It's over, guys. We've already lost. If streamers are doing this, is coming from an up-and-coming streamer. Go check out my content, all that good stuff. But I'm just saying, this isn't the time for that. Let's get serious here. Guys, if we let streamers like Zaryu, Peekaboo, even the old school ones like Tally, like, okay, guys, there's going to be good that comes out of that, but they have an audience and a career that they are trying to keep in mind, right, when they make these decisions or give their recommendations. If we just, and their PvP Andes, like, I don't think they hardly PvE at all, if they ever have. I think Zaryu did like a season ago for the first time ever. And it's like, guys, okay, maybe the PvP scene will be great because of them giving input, but let's not give streamers all the power of this game. We can't let it go bad. We can't let it go bad, guys. We can't let them make it go bad.
Classic Plus, you probably know that streamers like Zaryu, they went to the Blizzard offices to test out Classic Plus and give their feedback.
I am visiting Blizzard next week. Good news. For something that I cannot say.
But just yesterday,
Okay, well, obviously that's going to be Classic Plus. This whole channel, Classic Plus.
He had something pretty odd pop up on his stream. Some sort of mysterious
unknown game, WoW Classic Beta. Okay.
Classic WoW build that he brushed off as not meaning anything at all. But the hints and the evidence.
Well, let's see that. Hang on.
Say.
Okay, in his download manager, he has unknown game, WoW Classic Titan. WoW Alpha. Titan WoW, isn't that the Chinese version right now? Aren't they doing like Titan WoW? Now the WoW Alpha unknown game, this doesn't mean the end of the world to me. They wouldn't name it like Classic Plus or whatever. So, because this is too easy to give away. Someone like Tally that's just not paying attention, or a different streamer that's, you know, doing a bunch of things at once, they're going to slip up. And they wouldn't just name it WoW Classic. This could be that. This could not be that. I don't know. Now, Tally, if you remember, I've said this a few times on stream. I was actually on Twitch before it was Twitch in the Justin TV days. I was a moderator in Tally's chat. Okay, it's been a long time, and I was way too young. Don't tell Twitch. Different companies now, so I'm okay. But Jesus, I was way too young to be on the internet, and Tally's just kind of fallen off nowadays. He's I think still doing WoW content, probably great content. I just don't watch it too much anymore.
Some sort of mysterious Classic WoW build that he brushed off as not meaning anything at all. But the hints
and it might not.
Evidence keep mounting up. Streamers, they seem to know things about Classic Plus.
Unknown game WoW Alpha. Don't you worry about that, boys. That means nothing. That means nothing.
Wait. What did he just go at?
Don't worry about that, boys.
Okay, he clicked on his downloads. This is just install directory. Anyone gets this, like when they are installing any version of the game. Your settings, you can choose where it installs. I'm not seeing any kind of like leak there in the settings.
That means nothing. That means nothing.
With just 27 days before BlizzCon and the presumed Classic Plus announcement, the player base basically has nothing to go off of. Sure, we have 80 million different leaks, but every single one of them contains different and contradicting information.
We saw this. That was just the, this is kind of like a
a
handout you would see at some kind of corporate meeting or earnings call, where it's kind of like talking about their plan in the future for all of their, you know, products, their content. It says up here franchise slate. I don't remember if this was found out to be fake or not. Either way, anyone could kind of guess like Wrath is going to come up at the end of 2026, right? Or at least like the initial part, maybe beginning of 2027. Anyone could have guessed that just with how the release schedule has been.
And contradicting information.
But
they're peppered
we'll see.
Truth and with lies, because that way, if anybody leaks anything, we'll know exactly who it was that leaked.
Really,
that's a great idea. I like that a lot, because you know these streamers are just gonna like accidentally leak something while they're not paying attention, and we won't know if it's completely true or not.
The thing we have to possibly go off of for what Classic Plus actually is to look at who Blizzard thinks is a competitor and who they're targeting ahead of the big announcement. See, Blizzard has been sending out those lawsuits to big competitors like Turtle WoW and Ascension, and they're
Ascension mentioned
trying to get them off the market before Classic Plus comes out.
And I said that. I said I would be surprised if they haven't come to some kind of injunction or like preliminary agreement by the time of BlizzCon, which I think is in less than a month now, or about a month. I would be surprised. I know Ascension's going to fight it out, and they might even have a chance to like extend the court battle a pretty long time, depending on how it goes. But, you know, you've heard, if you've seen my Ascension content, even my retirement video I just put up, there's a lot of differing opinions on how it's going to go in the near future and beyond. I would say the legal battle is not looking great.
Which
But
is a bit
I like
ironic,
Ascension.
because both of these games approach World of Warcraft development very, very differently than Blizzard. Turtle WoW has, many times in the past, used forum polls to discuss very difficult topics like hardcore WoW, what should happen to your characters, and they allow these polls to help to determine the future of the game. Meanwhile, Ascension, they went even further, and they built a full-on in-game polling system, similar to RuneScape. But Blizzard has a very,
But see, are those the same people that like decided that having a mount at level 5 was a good idea? And maybe the majority of players really think that, but I just think that is the worst decision ever. And you know what? If I'm really in the minority there by a long shot, then screw what I think. Who cares? I don't have to mount up, right? I can just not click the button. But like that is a terrible. That feels even faster than retail. It makes it feel like not classic when I'm zooming around on a mount at level 5. That's not classic. That's not what I want in Classic Plus. I hope the majority of players don't want that. Now I will say, Ascension for the most part, I would trade that. I would trade a level 5 mount. You guys can have it at level 1 if I get that whole new feeling of walking into Goldshire that's completely revamped again. Going to whole new quest zones with whole new quest lines, all the new classes specs, yada yada. You've heard it all. Go check out my content to see some of it. It is absolutely crazy how good it feels. And it feels like a whole new game. Now, it's not a whole new game. They're about to litigate that in court. But I'm just saying, like, the feeling is fantastic. And Ascension has improved so much of WoW that we've all asked for from WoW for years, and they've just kind of said, we don't care. We don't want to do that. We can't do that. Even though like a way smaller team worth way less billions of dollars is doing it.
very different philosophy.
With Turtle WoW, I have not played it, or I did not play it. I've only heard good about it, and I think there's like a new thing. They've kind of revamped it, called it a different name. I'm not sure, but I've only heard good about it. I just never got to play
At
it.
least according to a blue post from a few years back. In the post, they said that they want to make the very best game possible, and that isn't designed by democracy. That's the reason they have beta tests. Blizzard creates, you play, and then you provide the feedback, and they iterate. It makes sense on the surface, because the original 2004 devs, they were just going out and making the coolest possible things, all the things they could think of. They would put those things in the game, and then have the players test them on their alphas and their betas to give feedback.
That was horrible. I ran out of quests like right away. And we're like, wait a second, you expect to just have quests just keep going?
Yeah, okay, well, to be fair, this was like, you know, back then, right? When they were going through this kind of thought process. And it wasn't, I don't think it was the first ever MMORPG, but it was definitely like that frontier game of the genre. I was too young, right? I was less than 10 years old when this came out. So, in Vanilla Classic. It's just, I don't know. I'm sure they've learned
Something
plenty
different,
since then.
though, is happening in 2026
I would hope
with
so.
Classic Plus.
But then I played Midnight and I'm like, okay, did we trade having too few quests to now having a lot of quests that are, and most of them are just completely terrible? Like I mentioned, like, okay, I don't want to go pet cats. I don't want to like train dogs. Like, okay, that's maybe like training a mount, right? But come on now.
Maybe a
I don't
few
want to.
exceptions here
I
and
don't want to
there.
go wine testing, right? I want to go slay some ogres. I want to go kill the Horde or the Alliance. You know, come on.
Really, the main people that have talked about and played and discussed with the developers about Classic Plus seem to be those streamers. Which
And see, we got Soda Pop in here. He does.
discussed with the developers about Classic.
Soda's the one person who at least tries to come up with new content with WoW whenever he is playing it. Like the level 30. What was it called? Project 30 back then, where they capped themselves at level 30 and they rated. That was really cool. Obviously, his hardcore series, the OnlyFans, is like the biggest and best thing that has happened WoW series wise in a long time, as far as like direct gameplay. But I mean, S-Fand, get him out of that picture. Come on now. Guzu, I think he's doing SOD. I don't even know this guy too well, so I shouldn't speak on him. Zaryu, PvP maybe, and then Savix. I don't know enough about Savix to talk about him, I guess. But most of these people are playing Classic, right? So I guess if anything, let's just have them focus on what they know about in Classic, in the Classic universe. I guess we're just giving up on retail completely, because I wouldn't want any of these people to make anything about retail anymore.
Plus,
They've already listened to people like this in retail for years now. The Race to World First guilds that just sell carries every week of the off season. They just, why do we even listen to them? I guess we're just foregoing retail, and okay, that's fine. As long as Classic Plus is
Seem to
good,
be
then
those
retail can
streamers,
kiss
which
it. I
is
don't
a
care.
bit odd, because Blizzard themselves have come out recently and even complained about streamers influencing the opinion of people, turning them against systems and ideas and things that might actually make the game better.
I know exactly which video you watched. I know who made that video, and I know what the next 3 things you're going to say are.
See, the ideal game for a streamer.
That doesn't mean they're wrong, though. You hear that and you're like, okay, well, he's already made up his mind about this streamer and that content now. Does that happen sometimes? They're just giving their opinions. Are they trying to inflate it for you too, make it dramatic? Of course. That's their whole job. Just like your job is to make a good video game, and you guys have not delivered on that. So at least they are delivering on their job. Well, you guys are not doing that, okay, Ian? Jesus Christ, you're getting me mad.
To look different than the ideal game for a large portion of the audience.
These groups of players are almost playing different games effectively.
It's also worth noting that many of WoW's biggest streamers are big retail fans, like Towley. Their influence, their
I think Tally, out of all the streamers we've seen so far, has played retail the most. But, like, none of them are in the retail space in my eyes, right?
feedback
They haven't played in
over
multiple
years of content
patches,
creation for the game
sometimes
may not
expansions.
100% reflect what the majority of Classic players want. Now, the rollout for Classic Plus seems suspiciously similar to another Blizzard game, Overwatch 2. 2 months before release of Overwatch 2, Blizzard invited specific creators to an invitation-only creator summit. But despite that summit and talking to those players, when Overwatch 2 released, the reactions were not necessarily super positive.
It was awful. It's not necessarily super positive. It was terrible. I was about to say, didn't Overwatch 2 completely crash? This was like the perfect argument to not do this, Overwatch 2. To not let streamers have the say, or like any say in content creation. It's just about the devs and what they can do, how good they are, how hungry they are. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to have that same hunger out of our devs that they had in 2006, where they were trying to build up their company and create something
It
great that
wasn't
they even
exactly
played
what the
themselves.
player base wanted.
No,
Overwatch
it's
2 isn't the
those
worst
days are
game
long
I've
gone.
played this year, but it's definitely the most disappointing.
It has taken years
I love
for
Donkey.
Overwatch 2 to really start to build that
He's a
reputation
great
back.
content creator.
In fact, according to the Blizzard president, it was just this past quarter that Overwatch had its most success since that 2022 launch. A bad launch can really, really negatively hurt a product. But we also have to hope that
A bad game can hurt the product. Overwatch 2 didn't deliver on the whole PvE side of the aspect that they promised. Like, okay, that sounded great. I liked Overwatch 1 for a little bit. I played in like the first season, season 2. I have a bunch of skins and stuff like that. But it was terrible. Overwatch 2 didn't change anything. It just felt like they put a new game or a new title on the same game.
learn
Like,
the
what
wrong
the-
lesson here. Just because
Of
Overwatch
course
2
it
was
sucked.
able to be built back up doesn't mean that a weak launch or mistakes made in Classic Plus could be fixed that easily. We saw an example of this just a few years ago with Blizzard's Season of Discovery. One of the phases of the game, Phase 3, with Sunken Temple, which is a 20-man raid, it also featured a system called Incursions, which really felt kind of the opposite of Classic. You were basically running in a circle. It became the best way to make gold, and at some point it was the best way to level as well. It really would have been right at home in some kind of mobile version of WoW.
Okay. I didn't play it solid that much. I just leveled up one character and I did not enjoy it. The world PvP was even more unbalanced, and world PvP has never been the best part of PvP in WoW, because it's just wait for your cooldowns, blow them all, kill someone, then hide until they're back up, right? For most people. But even this kind of stuff I didn't get into in SOD because I had lost interest way before it. I think that people liked Phase 1 of SOD, but the overall majority feeling was that by the end of it, people were not happy with it. And Classic Plus, I'm sure, I would think the majority of players wanted to go a different direction than SOD went.
Ultimately, Phase 3 was really hurt by these incursions. Almost right out of the gate, the reputation of this phase was bad. It is very, very safe to say, with just a little bit more feedback, the incursion system would have never shipped. If Classic Plus comes out, entirely reliant on streamers for feedback, and they miss the mark on what people actually want, it seems kind of far-fetched to imagine 4 years from now that they've completely rebuilt that goodwill back, and they've gotten hundreds of thousands of players to resubscribe.
I'm going to be hopeful. I know when I have these videos and I put them out after I watch them, I'm like, damn, I was really negative. I want it. I need it to be good, right? I want to make content out of it. I want to enjoy the gameplay most of all. I want to enjoy the experience. I want it to be a new game, even if all these boomers and all this gray hair old people say, let's just level another warrior in Elwyn Forest again. Okay, if you guys really do win out and I'm the loser there, then at least give me new quests, new zones, something like a new feeling. You guys can go play vanilla right now. You can go play TBC. You're about to be able to go play Wrath again. Like for the how many time now? Third or fourth, fifth time, depending on how long you've been playing. I want something new, guys.
For $15 a month.
Please,
Worth noting,
like, come
Overwatch 2
on.
is free. But it doesn't have to be this way.
I don't want it to be retail. I don't want it to be super fast. I probably don't even want it to be like Kata onward, and I started in Kata. I want it to be like Wrath, Classic. A lot of people like TBC. I don't like TBC, but I can understand why people like it. It's slow, it's easy,
There is
yada
a
yada.
2026 MMO model that is literally the exact opposite of Blizzard. Recently, RuneScape CEO John Bellamy, he came out with an interview about why RuneScape reached its highest player count that they've ever had.
But what's made this game so enduring?
I don't care. I don't care about RuneScape.
We don't release any.
RuneScape can be a fine game. I know a lot of people like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I've never played it, so I don't know. I probably would enjoy the grindy parts of it, but I'm not into like the top-down type of games. I tried Lost Ark. I had like 2,000 hours in Lost Ark. This is not my game, and I don't know why we're talking about RuneScape in comparison to WoW.
Into the game
Let's
that
give it a
doesn't
chance, but like
70%
different game, guys.
popularity poll rating in game from our players, and so it's very democratic. But that's worked really well, and it's helped us stay on the straight and narrow, because who knows better what should be in the game than the people who are playing it all day every day.
Now, to be fair, the
I'll let that slide, but it's even myself. Like, I'm quick to catch myself when I say this is how something should be, because I know I'm one person. Zaryu is one person. Peekaboo is one person. Towley, everyone, Peyo, those are all, that's each individualized. That's a person, right? Their experiences have been their own throughout WoW. So maybe they want something to change because this happened to them, or they want this not to change because they had a great time with it. I like the aspect of polling, but it needs to be the majority of players, right? It can't be just like one person's community or the most popular streamers community. It can't be that, right?
often rejects PvP additions to the game, and vice versa, really. But Jagex has kept that polling system, even with the flaws, for 13 years, and they've kept growing year after year. That's due to a specific reason. According to the OSRS creative director, they don't want to spend 6 months or a year of development and launch a feature that everybody hates. It is easy to imagine, right now, that Blizzard...
Duh. Like, come on. I mean, that's their biggest excuse, too, is like, they only have so much time in the day, and I get it. Like, I program, I get, I'm a data scientist, I get, I don't do video game programming. But listen, it's like, they only have so much time in the day. They have to, it's like, where do you want to allocate your resources? Fixing this bug that does affect one class, but that one class is only like 1/12 of the population. Okay. They have to decide what they want to fix. And if we keep telling them we don't want changes, if we keep letting these boomers get upvoted comments, and it's like, we don't want any changes, that's what they're going to do, because that's even easier for them to do.
But you don't have to go crazy and poll.
I feel like I'm living in crazy land.
At some point, Jagex stopped polling.
I'm trying to be helpful or hopeful here.
Like that. It's more like the game developers plan out and strategize about what people might actually want. But the players themselves, they have the ultimate veto power. If something completely misses the mark, it gets scrapped before it gets worked on. Blizzard has committed to making a game they believe the players want. Instead of going to the public, they are relying on streamers for a significant amount of their feedback.
It's like, that's his whole point here, but like, when he just says it like that, I just have, it's so hard to remain hopeful. It's so hard. Oh god, these people barely even play retail, and we're not talking about retail, we are talking about classic, and most of the names they've mentioned are into the classic universe, but there's a reason they're playing League of Legends right now and they're hard stuck silver, right? They know WoW is boring after a while, it's bad content after a while, it's just they're not even enjoying it themselves anymore in classic.
Chance that the stars align and we get an absolutely perfect version of Classic Plus from day one. But there are also very real chances that there are mistakes and stumbles, all because Blizzard doesn't seem to want to trust the player base to help them to build the future of Classic WoW. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know in the comments if you think it's a mistake that Blizzard isn't listening to players more. And
First of all, go sub to No Hit Jerome. He's a great content creator, especially Classic Plus news. He's really on top of it. This was a fresh video. He even streams, I think, so go watch his stream. I enjoy his content. I'm liking it even more and more as I watch more of it. But okay, yes, I do think it's a mistake to give them too much power, but also polling the community, I wouldn't expect that to give you like all the insight you need either, right? It's more about you have to be the devs that are working on it, preferably people who enjoy the game, are hungry for a good game, are gamers themselves, are Warcraft fans, Warcraft universe fans. Like one of the biggest problems I have with WoW right now, at least retail, is the story is so terrible. I have nothing to like want to do and look forward to do besides just the chores of doing M plus until I'm burnt out inevitably, and to do the raids until I'm burnt out inevitably. And usually it's in a couple of weeks with retail now because they're not even that fun. And it's just like, oh my god, everyone's got BIS gear in the first couple of weeks. If you didn't get it out of your vault, you can just craft it. And it's just like, oh my god, it's so not fun. I'm getting bored thinking about it. But no, I don't want Zaryu or Peekaboo or even Tally to come up with like the ideas that are set in stone, right? I want it to be a mixed collective. I want it to be PvE focused, PvP focused. I want the leveling to be good. By the way, I keep saying this, we don't have to settle. Everyone's like, oh, forget the raids, just make sure the leveling is good. No, we don't have to do that. We can make sure it's all good. These guys they get paid so much money, guys. Their company's billions of dollars. They have backing from Microsoft. They have backing from so much funding. And listen, I know it's not like COVID days where money's just flowing out the window like that, but come on, guys. We've paid them for years, and they keep under delivering, at least in my eyes. And I know I'm not here all say all, but let me know what you think also. No Hit Jerome's fantastic. Go check him out. I'll be live on Twitch here in just a little bit. We're going to keep reacting to all the Classic Plus news. I'm going to be playing Classic Plus no matter what. It's not going to be perfect. Even if it's like a 10th of Ascension, I'm going to play it. I'm going to try to enjoy it. I always do with every version of this stupid game that I've played since 2010, guys. Since I was like 12, 13 years old, okay? So we'll give it a chance. Let me know what you think. What do you want out of Classic Plus? Are you one of the boomers that wants no changes at all? Are you a young person that wants no changes at all? I would be surprised, but let me know what you think seriously, because I'm not saying you're wrong, and you're definitely entitled to your opinion. But like, if your comment gets 100 upvotes, right, and my comment or like my opinions just constantly bashed over and over, which may be the case, then I'll kind of get the feeling that, all right, maybe I need to change my focus. Maybe I need to change up what I'm expecting. But for right now, I'm telling you, I'm going to remain hopeful somehow, some way, and we'll just see what happens. I'm going to hope for the best, expect the worst, right? So thank you very much. See you guys here soon. Bye.